What's going on, guys? It's Doubtful here, back again with another YouTube video. Today's YouTube video, I just want to talk about some tips that will set you apart from everyone else in lower elos. Now, for those of you who don't know, I always start off every single video by saying I am by no means the best player in the world. I am a Grandmaster player. I am fairly good. I learn a lot personally about, how to improve in rank play and Marvel Rivals rank play and just all FPSs in general in my own free time. And I just make these videos just to share some of my knowledge that I learned to help you guys improve as well. Now, this is more catered towards platinum and below, but every single rank can improve by listening to all these tips, and everyone in a higher rank in platinum or diamond and above really should already be doing this. And if you're not, you can implement these tips into your game, and I promise you, you'll improve and rank up. So as always, guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get straight into the video. All right, guys, tip number one is keep track of the other team's ults. Now, in this game, a lot of team fights can either be won or lost depending on how you use your ult. Even though almost all of the healer defensive ults have been nerfed, ults like Cloak and Dagger, Luna, Invisible Woman, and even Mantis can solo carry a team fight still. If you haven't started already, you need to be keeping track of when they use their ult. By doing this, you will know when you can use your own ult and get the best use out of it. If you're not keeping track of the enemy team's healer ults, then you will most likely use your own ult at a bad time and end up getting no use out of it. Now, so far I've only talked about just healer ults, but you need to be keeping track of all of the other team's ults, and you don't want to be pushing with your team. Only for example, like a Moon Knight on the other team can just pop their ult and team wipe you at any time if you're not keeping track. But if you are keeping track and you know that Moon Knight just used his ult, then you'll be able to play more aggressively and play more freely on the map instead of just always being afraid of, oh, when is he gonna ult? When's he gonna ult? Oh, well, he just ulted. I know he doesn't have it yet, so now we can play more aggressive and now we can push up. All right, guys, tip number two is use offensive ults to bait out defensive ults. Now, I just talked about saving your ults for the right time, but if you're a DPS or a tank and you have an offensive ult that can wipe out everyone, the healers on the other team may just be saving their own ult to counter yours. And when you're in this sort of stalemate, sometimes it's good to bait out the other team's healer ults and force them to use it at an inopportune time. This should be done if you know someone on your own team has their own offensive ult, and communicate by saying, hey, I'm going to use my ult to bait them out. Just save your ult, I'm going to use it, and just ult after the healer ult. And then you can use your own ult to pop theirs. The healer will pop their ult on the other team, and then by doing this, you will allow your teammate to save their ult until the healer is done, and then with their ult, they can basically just team wipe them and they don't have another healer ult. A lot of the times, most healers will either be saving their ult for whenever another healer on the other team will pop theirs, or whenever a DPS or a tank on the other team will pop their ult, knowing that it can squad wipe their entire team. They will save it until they can use it at that time. Now, like I said before, if you have more than one ult, one of you guys are going to have to come to a conclusion that, hey, I'm going to use my own ult to bait them out. You bait them out, make sure that they use theirs, and then you can fully squad wipe them with the next ult that you have. Ults are very crucial in this game, like I said before, and especially in lower elos, it's very important to be learning on how to improve on your ult usage and how to know when is the best time to use your ult. All right, guys, tip number three is abuse the broken characters in lower elos. Now, in every rank below diamond, there is no ban system, so you can use any hero that you want. So that means you need to be using the most broken heroes in the game. This will practically make it so that you have an insane, unfair advantage over the enemy team if they don't run the broken characters that you're running. Some of the broken characters at the moment of making this video are including, but not limited to, Winter Soldier, Hela, Wolverine, Namor with the Luna team up, Storm, and Cloak and Dagger. Now, these aren't all the broken characters in the game, but if you are running any of these heroes, you'll have a much easier time winning every single team fight if the other team doesn't run these heroes. Now, this is sort of a double-edged sword, because if you only run these characters and you rank all the way up to diamond, you will see these characters get banned almost every single game, and if you haven't started learning other characters that don't get banned every single game, then you'll be kind of shit out of luck and not know what to do. So I would say learn one of these broken characters, one of the ones that I listed, or another broken character that you know. Learn one of those characters while also learning another character in that same role that you know is not going to be banned in diamond and above every single game. So not only you can basically abuse the system right now whenever you're a low elo, but once you get to diamond, then you'll be able to say like, hey, I know that if I normally play Winter Soldier, but he gets banned every single game, but I'm really good at Star-Lord too. So I'm gonna run Star-Lord whenever Winter Soldier gets banned. And if Winter Soldier gets banned, then I know I'm just gonna run him, and then boom, we're good. So always always, like I said, just make sure that you pick up one of these broken heroes, but also as well on the side, make sure that you know at least one hero that you know just doesn't get banned a lot. Alright guys, so last tip number 4 is communicate when you ult. Now I know I talked about ults in this video a lot already, but it's because that ult usage can literally determine whether you win or lose a game in Marvel Rivals. You need, and absolutely need, to communicate when you're going to use your ult, no matter what hero you're playing. If you're a healer and your other healer on your team has an ult, communicate and say, hey, let me pop my ult first and then you can go. You, as a healer, you don't want to be popping your ult at the same time as your other healer on your team. And I can't tell you how many times both healers on my team has popped their ult at the same exact time, and instead of having one healer save their ult for the next fight, they both pop it at the same time, and it's a waste of space, waste of time, and we win that fight. Yeah, obviously good, all cool, but then that other team is just going to come back next team fight and they're going to use their offensive ults, and we're not going to have any defensive ults, and we're just going to get squad wiped, and that whole last team fight where we used those ults was basically useless. So we basically just threw last team fight, and now we're throwing this current team fight because we didn't save our ults and use them at the correct time. You also need to coordinate ults, such as if you have a Groot and a Winter Soldier or a Moon Knight, for example, they can both combo their ults really well. The Groot can ult and use his little thing that groups up everyone together, and either a Winter Soldier or a Moon Knight can pop theirs at the same time right on the Groot ult, and they're all grouped up, and you can get a full squad wipe with that. Another example is I've been playing Venom a lot recently, and if I have a Luna on my team, I'll ask the Luna before I pop in with my ult for the damage boost, like sort of snowflake thing that Luna has, and ask her to put that, like pop the damage boost on me right before I go in. I go in and I ult, and I deal so much more damage than if I didn't have the damage boost. You need to be doing things like this to where you can communicate with your team and try and combo more than one ult to get the best use out of it. Because if you combo more than one ult, it'll be a lot harder to counter it for the other team. If you just use one of your ults, it doesn't matter what ult it is in the game, if you try and solo ult without trying to coordinate and combo ults, it'll be just way easier for the other team to counter it. But if you combo more than 1, 2, or even 3 ults at the same time, you will get much more value out of it. So please, if you take anything away from this video, please always communicate and coordinate your ults, please. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for me. It's sort of a shorter video than normal. I just want to say again, thank you guys so much for around 350 subscribers. That's the time that at the time of making this video, that's how much I have at the moment. You guys have been absolutely killing it. This is honestly way more like sort of views and subscribers than I've actually even thought of before making Marvel Rivals content. I as you guys have known, and as I've said in previous videos, I have been making Call of Duty videos and streaming and stuff like that in Call of Duty, and then I make the switch over to Marvel Rivals, and you guys have been absolutely killing it with all of the videos that I've been making and putting out there and all the shorts. So as always guys, I appreciate all of your support. Thank you guys so much for all of the subscribers, all of the likes, all the comments, all of the interactions. It means a lot to me. I do this on the side. I work like 50 hours a week on top of playing Marvel Rivals, trying to rank up and get the highest rank possible while also learning and making these videos and teaching you guys as well. So honestly guys, thank you guys so much for all of the support. Even if you don't even subscribe, you just leave like one like on one of my videos, it means a lot to me. So in all honesty, in any sort of interaction, thank you guys so much for just interacting and just showing appreciation for my videos, because it is a lot with trying to juggle everything in real life too. But as always guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.